guys, we are back with another song by Eminem. And which one are we doing today?
Today we're doing Marsh.
Is that the one where he's like, I'm a Martian? Or like
Yeah,
something like
in the
that?
chorus.
Yeah, I know this song.
Yeah, I feel like I've played this around you before.
Yeah.
So yes, this is track number 13 off of Music to Be Murdered By. It's the album we're going through. We'll do what we always do. Listen to it, break it down, all that shit.
Sounds good. And this video is sponsored by Carnivore Snacks. Carnivore Snacks is my favorite meat snack, and this is one of my favorite flavors, along with the sliders. They're all really great. They're minimal ingredients, grass-fed beef, Redmond real salt, the ribeye, and they are regeneratively raised and all grass-fed, which is great, and like pasture raised. And if you haven't tried it yet, you really should. It's Joe Rogan's favorite snack ever, as posted on their website. And you can use our coupon code WithSmith for 15% off your order, and the link is in the description below. We are also sponsored by Chomps, which is my other favorite meat snack and my favorite beef jerky. My favorite one is the salt and pepper venison. I say this every single time, but it's super soft, super moist, and absolutely delicious. They're all minimal ingredients and minimal calories, only ingredients you can understand and pronounce. And you can use our coupon code WithSmith for 10% off your order and an additional 10% off subscriptions. We are also sponsored by SeatGeek, which is a great website to buy tickets for concerts, sporting events, comedians, literally anything. Here's a list of some of their categories, but it's not an exhaustive list. And, sorry. You can use our coupon code WithSmith for $20 off your first purchase, and the link is in the description below. Also, check out our Amazon storefront, like and subscribe, follow us on social media channels, and yeah, that's it.
All right. So here we go. Marsh.
My name is Marsh, and this world I'm out of it. Cause with all this ABC shit, I'm starting to sound like alphabet. Ha! I kill me. This medicine's counterfeit. I was misled by the sound of it. How am I gonna get turned up on this Valium shit? Checked in at the Royal Garden to chill and avoid my problems until paranoia caused me to feel like I'm going bonkers. For real, think my toilet's talking. I spilled like 40 bottles of pills. Think your boy is starting to feel like a spoiled carton of milk, cause it just occurred. My girl's cheating, I'm kicking that fucking bitch to the curb. But the word fucking ain't meant to be a descriptive word. The type of bitch she is ain't no adjective, it's a verb. Hope thinks her snatch is magical, but that's how she attracts men. Traps them in a text similar to an actual arachnid or a vaginal tarantula or black widow. In fact, it'll be nothing to throw that little bitch with a capital B out the back window of a black Cadillac limo, like a whack demo. When I'm strapped, what'll spit rapid like a rat to the half, but I'll aim Matt Fennel. Been fire, bitch, I can out rap Reynolds. A patent pen'll be great, but a napkin will do. Return of the wax sickle, head spinning like a visible scratch pickles. Yeah, Shady's back, see the bat signal. It's time to go bat shit like you accidentally ate a Louisville slugger and crapped it. I'd like to introduce myself. Hi there, bitch. My name is Martian. I'm out this world. That's on my chest. Superman. Like it's plural. Call me extra, extra. Terrestrial. Extra, extra, extra. Terrestrial. Yeah.
All right. So you recognize it?
Yeah, I know this song.
It's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts off, there's no like interlude or intro. It just goes, the beat comes in and he starts right away. So he says, My name is Marsh and I'm out this world. Sorry. My name is Marsh and this world I'm out of it. I was thinking of the chorus.
Yeah.
Because with all this ABC shit, I'm starting to sound like alphabet.
Like alphabet.
So there's a few things here. So the way he says Marsh and
It sounds like Martian.
So yeah, it's obviously Marsh or play on Marshall, his name, and then Martian. Yeah. So out of this world. So Martian, out of this world. All that shit makes sense. And then yes, like you said, all this ABC shit, I'm starting to sound like alphabet.
And like Alf, the alien puppet.
Yes.
And
then
alien Martian.
and alphabet,
Yeah,
ABC,
yeah.
alphabet, all that shit. Yeah. So it's a cool thing he does there. And he says, Ha, I kill me, which is Alf's one of his catchphrases.
Oh,
He would say a
I know
joke.
what Alf looks like, but I don't like know anything about
So
Alf.
it was even a little before my time. I
Yeah,
saw it when I was little, but it was more like my older siblings, like their age, that
like
they,
80s people.
yeah. Says, "Hi, kill me. This medicine's counterfeit. I was misled by the sound of it. How am I going to get turned up on this Valium shit?" So he does a nice little play on this here. So this medicine's counterfeit, so like fake, misled by the sound of it, and then the volume, which we've
Yeah,
heard him do before. So he's not going to get turned up, meaning
like the volume, but also not like high.
exactly because it's counterfeit medicine. It's not real. Then he So then, like, the beat kind of changes a little bit, and so does this flow. And he says, "Checked in at the Royal Garden to chill and avoid my problems until paranoia caused me to feel like I'm going bonkers for real. Think my toilet's talking. I spilled like 40 bottles of pills. Think your boy is starting." So the rhyming there is really cool, though, the way he's doing it. Royal Garden, I actually don't know. I'm assuming it's a hotel. I don't know where it is or anything. You know,
Yeah, I never heard of it.
I never bothered looking into it, so I'm just assuming it's a hotel. And then yeah, I mean, straightforward. He went there to escape his problems, and then paranoia made him feel like he's crazy. Thinks his toilet's talking, so he spilled 40 bottles of pills, which means he has a bunch of pills, so he's doing drugs, getting messed up. And then it stops in the middle of the bar. It says, "Think your boy is starting to feel like a spoiled carton of milk because it just occurred." So
Oh, like curd,
yeah, so milk literally
curdles.
curdles. Yeah, so just occurred, double entendre. So it just occurred. My girl's cheating. I'm kicking that fucking bitch to the curb. But the word fucking ain't meant to be a descriptive word. The type of bitch she is ain't no adjective. It's a verb.
So saying she just fucks.
Yes. So yeah, it occurred to him that she's cheating on him, and I guess he should leave her. And then he does the cool thing where he says it's fucking meant to be a descriptive word. It's not an adjective, it's a verb. So she's doing the act of fucking. So a
Hmm.
bitch that's having sex, not like really extra bitchy. You mean like, "Oh, you fucking bitch," which is really cool. Then he says, "Ho thinks her snatch is magical, but that's how she attracts men, though. Traps them and attacks similar to an actual arachnid or vaginal." So, whatever. We'll break it down the next part. So, people say that this part and the next little part is a shot at Cardi B.
Why?
So, he does say capital B for bitch, but he's just saying like whatever. But I think around this time or shortly before this, that story came out. Cardi B said that she used to like drug men and then like steal from them and shit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, she'd go. I don't know if she was like being a prostitute or not, or she was just tricking them. It wasn't clear, but she said she would actually go out with dudes, drug them, and then steal from them. So it's probably more so the next part. So either way, he's saying that she attracts men, then traps them, and then attacks like an arachnid spider
Yeah.
or a vaginal tarantula or black widow.
A vaginal tarantula.
Yeah. And then Black Widows, infamously, they eat and kill and eat. Do they eat them? I know they kill their mates after they have sex with them. I don't know if they eat them or not.
Um,
I think so.
I know praying mantis does that.
Yeah, well, that's why they're called Black Widows because they kill.
I think yeah, they kill. There's a couple things that kill
I don't
their
remember
mate,
if they eat them or
which
not,
kind of
though.
shows that we don't really need you guys.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's continuing on that scheme and then says, "In fact, it'll be nothing to throw that little bitch with a capital B out the back window of the black Cadillac limo like a whack demo." So it's nothing to get rid of her, right? So, but the part where he says that little bitch with a capital B. So
So maybe
people think Cardi B, but either way, the capital B would just mean that it's
it
a
just
proper noun,
yeah,
So that's like she's a bitch for real. You
and
know
it
what I mean?
also just like yeah,
Emphasizes, yeah, yes. So he's gonna throw her out like you would a whack demo.
out the window.
Yes. Um. Then he says, "When I'm strapped, when I spit rapid like a ratchet, a half wit." So is this actually the right line there? when I'm strapped, when I spit rapid, like a ratchet, a half-wit, I'll aim at, then I'll bin fire, bitch. I can out-rap Reynolds. So this is really oddly worded here.
Yeah, I'm confused.
So he
But
says,
out rap Reynolds, like Reynolds rap.
yeah. So when I'm strapped, when I spit rapid, so this is kind of like another one of those schemes that he does where he equates like his rhyming kind of with like guns, you know what I mean? So strapped like a gun, but then he's strapped with his rhymes, and then I spit rapid, you know, like a gun, like that, like a ratchet, again, meaning like gun. Then he says a half wit, I'll aim at. So I guess he's aiming them at half wits. At first, I didn't know if he's calling himself a half wit because, you know, he talks about himself like that, like
I don't
crazy
think
sometimes,
so.
but he's saying he's going to aim at them and then I'll. But then it cuts off and he says, bin fire, bitch. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it almost sounds like he stops in the middle of a thought. He says aim at, then I'll, and then just goes right to bin fire, bitch. So he's just saying that he's been fire for a while, right? And then like you pointed out, I can out rap Reynolds. Reynolds rap is like Saran wrap. Then he says a pad and a pen will be great, but a napkin'll do.
So
Return
like
of
to
the
write his raps.
yeah, return of the wax sicko. So yeah,
All
he'll
right.
write anywhere he needs to, and he's a wax sicko. Head spinning like invisible scratch pickles. Yeah, Shady's back. See the bat signal. It's time to go bat shit like you accidentally ate a Louisville Slugger and crapped it.
Oy.
So Invisible Scratch Pickles is like a DJ crew. Apparently, I gotta be honest, I didn't know that before
Yeah, I
the
never
song.
heard of him.
There's a lot of like deep references Eminem makes to like the hip hop world that was like before our time, you know what I mean? And he's like really like in tune with it. So Invisible Scratch Pickles, I didn't know they were a DJing crew before the song,
Yeah.
honestly. So yeah, head spinning like a DJ, right? Like on the turntable. And then yeah, the bat signal, which you know we've seen this theme, you know, on like the Eminem show, like Batman, Robin, like
Yeah, like he
superheroes.
likes the superheroes.
And then he does time to go batshit like crazy. That ties into the bat signal. And then
Louisville Slugger is a bat.
yes, so all that, and then crapped it, batshit, obviously. And then he goes into the chorus, which is "My name is Marsh, and I'm out this world." So we already touched on that in the beginning of the first verse. S on my chest, like it's plural. So if you'll notice, he does, if you see it there, he says Superman, he's doing it like the Travis Scott ad lib. And you actually see in the next part of the chorus, he literally says, it's lit, like Travis Scott does his ad libs in all the songs.
Like what's plural?
S on my chest, like it's plural.
Like what is plural?
So like you add an S to something to make it plural.
Oh,
You
okay.
know what I
I thought
mean?
it was like, okay, I got it.
So yeah, it's a play on
Like just like the actual act of adding an S to something.
yes, and then
Okay.
S like Superman. You know what I mean? Who has the S?
I wasn't sure if he was like Superman's, and I was like, I
Yeah.
don't get it. Why?
You know what? When I first heard this, I was like, wait, what's he saying there?
Yeah,
And then
like I
it's like,
wasn't.
oh, this is way more simple than
Yeah.
you know, because you think with him, he's doing some crazy complex shit. But yeah, so S on my chest, like it's plural. Call me extra, extra terrestrial, extra, extra, extra terrestrial.
So it makes me think of when they're like back in the day, like extra, extra, read all about it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know I don't know if it's related, but
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, he goes from extra extraterrestrial to extra extra extra, so that he's emphasizing the extra. He's doing more extras than the line before. You know what I mean? And then extraterrestrial is obviously another word for alien.
yeah.
Although I've always had a problem with extraterrestrial because it makes it sound like you're super normal.
Well, you could have that problem with extraordinary,
Everything. I always think about that. You're
extraordinary.
very ordinary,
You're like so basic.
not more than ordinary, but I always think about that anytime
It's
the
like
word extra is
the
a
most ordinary.
yeah, anytime extra is a prefix, I'm like, this is confusing. All right, here we go. Pick it up here, second verse.
It's real. Yeah. I could keep beefing. Fuck is the point? I can make it really difficult for motherfuckers to come to Detroit. If you're still looking for smoke, I already gave you an L. I'd rather just see you in hell. But I should get puff on a joint. Wait, run it back, I said give you an L. Inhale, puff on a joint. I am the blunt you avoid. Used to get jumped for my proings. When I was growing up, they said a slinky's a wonderful toy. My mother thought I was such a fun little boy. Yo, what a bundle of joy. Until the morning, she suffered a punch in the groin. From a tantrum, I was throwing like a motherfucking disgruntled employee. I don't cut the beat till I fucking destroy it. Once I get going, rain, thunder, it's storming. Puddles are forming. I hear somebody's I'd say it's still a dream. Then he said, kill MCs, trippy red with pills and lean, sipping meds in a limousine, getting head, guillotine. My name's Martian, I'm out this world. It's on my chest, Superman, like it's plural. Call me extra, extra, terrestrial. Extra, 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 terrestrial. Yeah, so all they...
Alright, break this down quick. I don't know why I find it so funny that he's doing Travis Scott's It's Lit ad libs. It's just so random. Alright, so he comes in, second verse. He says, I could keep beefing. Fuck is the point. I can make it really difficult for motherfuckers to come to Detroit.
Which he's rapped about before, being like, you won't be able to rap here if I don't want you to.
And this seems like this whole little part of this verse is a reference to Machine Gun Kelly because that's who he was beefing with.
Yeah, that's who he threatened with that.
Yes,
initially.
exactly. And that's who he's beefing with. So yeah, exactly. It was the whole trick thing. We call it trick. So yeah, he's saying, what's the point of even doing it? You know what I mean? I could fuck with people, but I'm not gonna.
Because they kind of just looks immature. Like, it's something you do when you're a kid.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm gonna call my older friends and they'll handle this for me.
Yeah.
It's like you shouldn't have anyone handle it for you.
Yeah. So this is one of the most clever parts of the song, and I think some people get mad because he does the thing where he explains it again. Well, he actually doesn't even explain it. He just reiterates it. So he says, if you're still looking for smoke, I already gave you an L, but I'd rather just see you in hell, but I should get puff on the joint. And then he says, did he? So he does this whole smoking scheme. So he
So like
says,
give you an L, like a blunt, or like give him a loss. Like he took an L because he didn't. Sorry, he didn't win their beef.
yes. So yeah, smoke, L, like you said, inhale, inhale, and then puff
Like Puff
on the
Daddy.
joint. And then he does Diddy ad lib, right? So, like you said, this is all reference to MGK, which still goes to the first part of the verse before. And remember, Diddy was mentioned in Kill Shot because he was signed to him. MGK was signed to Diddy, right?
But then also, I should get Puff on the joint, meaning like he
Exactly.
should get to smoke the L too.
And that so interesting. So wait, you're talking. So I interpreted the other meaning as he should get Diddy on a song.
It's both,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like I should
Get
be able to puff on the joint, like smoke on
should
the
get
L
puff
that
on
I
the,
gave you.
yes, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. We're thinking about the same thing. I wasn't sure what you were saying at first. Okay, so then he says, "Wait, run it back." I said, "Give you an L, inhale, puff on the joint."
Oh God.
Yeah. Then he says, "I am the blunt you avoid. Used to get jumped from my pro wings." So
So we're explaining the bars again.
So he actually didn't even explain it technically. He just reiterated the lines. He's not explaining what it means.
Well, he's
But
like,
it's
in case you missed it.
exactly. I think it probably did go
Get a
over.
book along with the CD
I
and
think
be
it,
like, just highlight all your bars.
yeah.
And then we'll, in
But
case someone like
so
is like, oh wait, like what did that mean? Then it would be right there, and you don't have to explain it in the song.
to be fair though, it does go over a lot of people's heads, which is why he doesn't.
Like
Yeah.
like how they used to have the lyrics of all the songs in the CD case and
Yeah.
that little booklet. Just highlight the
Explain.
bars, yeah.
Well,
Or don't even explain it, just highlight them. People will figure it out. If something's there,
yes.
someone will figure it out.
So he reiterates all the smoking schemes, and then he says, "I am the blunt you avoid." So that's actually a really clever line. So the blunt obviously ties in with the smoking weed scheme, right? When he says I'm the blunt, meaning like straightforward.
truth.
So yeah, and then you avoid. So like I am gonna just say the unblemished truth, right? I'm not gonna dance
Yeah.
around it, but you're gonna avoid it. You know what I mean? So it's a clever little thing he does there. And then used to get jumped for my pro wings. So like shoes, they were. So he used to get jumped for them. When I was growing up, they said a slinky's a wonderful toy.
It's not bad.
My mother thought I was such a fun little boy. Oh, what a bundle of joy.
You ever like actually try to get a slinky to do what it's supposed to do? I can get it down one step and then it will stay there.
I've got it done a couple, but yeah, it's very difficult.
No.
You got to do like crazy
This shit doesn't work.
momentum. And
Ridiculous.
you need the metal one. You can't have the plastic one.
Who had them? No one had the metal one in the 90s. They were all rainbow shit.
I've encountered a
And they
metal
did
one.
the mini ones, which went nowhere.
Yeah, those did nothing too. So he goes from getting jumped for his shoes, right? And then he says, when I was growing up, they said Slinky's a wonderful toy, which is actually a part of the song in the commercial. Like Slinky, Slinky, whatever it is. It's like a wonderful toy is the line from the commercial. And then straightforward, my mother said I was such a fun little boy. Oh, what a bundle of joy. Until the morning, she suffered a punch in the groin from a tantrum I was throwing. Like a motherfucking disgruntled employee, I don't cut the beat till I fucking destroy it. So he's saying his mother used to love him, and then
Until he hit her.
he punched her in the groin when he was having a tantrum. And then he equates the tantrum to a disgruntled employee, which is very funny. And then I don't cut the beat till I fucking destroy it. So he's just rapping until he destroys it, right? He's not gonna stop. Then he continues, once I get going, rain, thunder, it's storming, puddles are forming. I hear somebody's voice in my head say, it's still a dream. Then he said, kill MCs. So he does a little weather scheme here, right? Once he starts rapping, it's raining and thunder and storming, puddles are forming, right? So he's making it rain. And then he hears a voice that says, it's still a dream, meaning I guess like, it's a dream that it's a good idea, doing what he loves, all that shit.
Yeah.
And then the voice says, to kill MCs. Then he just random reference. He says, trippy red with pills and lean, sipping meds in the limousine, getting head guillotine. Is it sipping meds? Why does that sound weird? Yeah, sipping meds. Interesting.
So lean.
Yeah. So Trippy Red, do you know him? He's a rapper. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Yeah.
He actually got mad at Eminem for this line. This is
Well, it
not
sounds like he's talking about how he would kill him.
so no. So
I
yeah,
don't know.
maybe he
It
interpreted it that
sounds
way.
like that.
So
Like,
no.
what?
So the way I interpret the line is then he said kill MCs, right? And then he says Trippy Red with pills and lean. So he's gonna kill MCs the way Trippy Red kills pills and lean, right?
Oh, I look at it as like, oh, Trippy Red is the first one I'm gonna kill, and we'll do it with pills and lean.
No, it's like so I always just interpret it as a shout out. I get what you're saying because the very line before
This
it.
is guillotine.
Yes. So anyway, Trippy Red got mad
I could see why.
and because I don't even think so it wasn't clear to me if Trippy Red thought it was a diss
I
because
thought it was.
what he said was just like, why are you rapping about me? Don't mention me in your songs. Like it was weird, you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
I believe Eminem was asked about this. I could be making this up, but I could have sworn I read or saw in an interview that somebody asked him about it, and he's like, I was just shouting him out. It was his name, you know what I mean? I just used his name. Because again, I interpret it as Trippie Redd is killing pills and lean. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna kill MCs. And then he continues sipping meds in the limousine. So like you said, lean, and then getting head, guillotine, obviously play on oral sex, and then guillotine, which would cut people's heads off. All right. We will finish up the song now.
Extra terrestrial. Yeah. So all of y'all can just suck a penis. I'll do the opposite. Eat you pussies like cunnilingus. There ain't no stopping it. They say I'm such a genius. When that kamikaze hit. Now they call me Butterfingers. Cause I just keep dropping shit. You want a butt head? Shut up, Beavis. I got your bitch with a butt out. I'm hitting the lick cause she's sticking her tongue out. You got no hitters. You might be pitching a shutout. She about to give up the dugout. I should just live in a nut house. Right now I live in an igloo. And I'm not chilling the fuck out. Treat you like a step-parent does to a stepchild with red hair. And plus I get dough like Ed Sheeran. So call me the gingerbread man. I'm a stan of Redman, X-Clan, and I'm a Tretch fan. But I look up to myself like a fucking headstand. So why else would I call myself an alien? How could I hit a dry spell? I'm named after the wetlands. I'm Martian, I'm out this world. It's on my chest, Superman, like it's plural. Call me extra terrestrial. My name is Martian. My name is Marsh.
All right. Just a little bit more to go over. All right. So third verse comes in. He says, so all of y'all can just suck a penis. I'll do the opposite. Eat you pussies like cunnilingus. There ain't no stopping it. It's a
Self-explanatory.
pretty straightforward. It's a double entendre. Like you could suck my dick, right? Or a dick. And then he's going to do the opposite of sucking a dick. And then he's eat your pussies like cunnilingus. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. Then he says, they say I'm such a genius when that kamikaze hit. now they call me Butterfingers because I just keep dropping shit.
So saying like dropping like singles and like hits and whatever.
Yeah, so people are like, "Oh, Kamikaze was great, right? You're a
Yeah.
genius." And then Butterfingers is a play on, slippery fingers because he keeps dropping music and shit. Then he continues, "You want to butt heads? Shut up, Beavis." So that's a funny line. So he's like, "Oh, you want to go back and forth?" Beavis and Butthead, yeah. Then he says, haha, he actually laughs. Like Beavis, though. He does the Beavis, the haha. Then he says, "I got your bitch with her butt out. I'm hitting the lick because she's sticking her tongue out. You got no hitters. You might be pitching a shutout." So he introduces this little baseball scheme, right? So, I mean, it's straightforward. You bitch with her butt out, and I'm hitting a lick because she's sticking her tongue out. So that's actually a very clever line. So hitting a lick is usually like if you're catching a come up, you're like robbing somebody, whatever it is. So he says, "I'm hitting a lick because she's sticking her tongue out." So lick, tongue out, you know what I mean? So he's whatever, hooking up with her, whatever, because her tongue's out. And then he does the hitting, and then you got no hitters, you might be pitching a shutout. So if you have no hitters, meaning like nobody that'll shoot, whatever, nobody
Yeah.
that can actually do anything or hit like baseball, and then pitching a shutout. So no hits, pitch, all that, it's all baseball scheme. And then he continues, he says, "She about to give up the dugout. I should just live in the nut house. Right now I live in an igloo and I'm not chilling the fuck out."
Like it dug out her vagina.
Yeah, so dugout still goes back to that baseball scheme. And then he's just saying he should live in the crazy house because he's so crazy. And right now he lives in an igloo and he's not chilling the fuck out. So it's obviously the irony. You would be chilling if you were in an igloo, but he's not chilling. And he says, "I actually like this part, how he changes his tone. You know what I mean? He changes like his cadence and his flow here. And the beat actually sounds a little different. I'm not sure if it actually did change or not. But so he says, treat you like a step parent, does to a stepchild with red hair. And plus, I get dough like Ed Sheeran. So call me the gingerbread man." So he's going to abuse you like a redheaded stepchild, and then he takes the redhead and kind of ties it in to Ed Sheeran by saying, "I get to like Ed Sheeran, who's obviously very popular." They collab together. He's obviously got money. Then he says, "Call me the gingerbread man." So dough,
And ginger
ginger,
and then like a
red,
gingerbread.
money, all that. Then he says, "I'm a stan of Redman, X Clan, and I'm a Tretch fan, but I look up to myself like a fucking headstand." It's really cool. So we already know from
Other
early on,
songs.
very early on,
He likes
he
Redman.
does the list. Yes, so Redman's number one, and then he mentions X Clan, the group, and then Tretch from Naughty by Nature, right? So he's like, "I'm a stan of Redman," so he stands him, which is funny. He's doing a reference that he created. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And then he's a fan of Tretch,
Yeah.
and then he looks up to himself like a headstand. So you literally would be looking up at yourself when you're doing a headstand. He says, "So why else would I call myself an alien? How could I
Mm-hmm.
hit a dry spell? I'm named after the wetlands."
Which is a marsh.
Yes. And then, yeah, he's out of this world, all that shit. And yeah, he can't hit a dry spell because he's named after the wetlands, Marsh, like you said. And then it's just in the chorus. And then at the very end, he just does the my name is Marsh, all that shit.
Yeah.
And that is it. So,
It's really, really good.
yeah.
I know the song already, as I said, but I really like it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like,
Yeah.
it's got a fun vibe to it.
Yeah, like it's cool.
Like he's obviously talking shit like he normally does, but it's not like crazy serious, you know what I mean? He is showing off his skills and his ability and stuff, but like on a good beat, all that. Just
Yeah.
having fun. Yeah, I like it.
Yes.
It's-
So yeah, definitely check out Carnivore Snacks, Chomp, SeatGeek, like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you. Bye.
Bye.